In life, anxiety often creeps in when we confront the unknown, and it's that feeling that rises within us. Our minds attempt to control the uncontrollable, to predict what is yet to come. But what if instead of resisting the unknown, we learn to embrace it, to listen to something deeper within us? So, which is the daimon, the spirit, the guide spirit that has been given to us since we were born. So the daimon, which is a Greek word, doesn't speak like the mind. It communicates through images, because the image is the first thing that we experience. So before the mind steps in, before we label or judge, there is the raw image. And this is where we can find the healing. So the mind comes later, often shrouding those images in layers of illusions, veiling them with what we call Maya, which is the veil of illusion. But if we listen closely enough, these images speak to us in ways that the mind cannot do. So being in the company of a good guide, of a good spirit, of a good daimon, a good destiny, leads us to eudaimonia, the happiness and fulfillment. When we follow our inner calling, our destiny, we experience joy and a kind of happiness that transcends what the world may deem as success or failure. And the mind, however, often calls this madness, and it tells us that following our destiny is crazy, but the truth is that if you live according to your path, true happiness follows naturally, just no matter what fate hands you. And there's a powerful story shared by Raymond Panikar, a Catholic priest with an Indian heritage, about an encounter he had in Varanasi. He saw a woman suffering from leprosy, holding her child with nothing to her name, and his heart went out to her, and he approached asking if there was anything he could do to help. And so she smiled, a smile that spoke volumes, and her smile seemed to ask, "Can I help you?" And this moment, that simple exchange, was more profound than anything material. It was a reminder that healing often comes not from what we give, but from the exchange of human spirit. And our perception of misfortune is often colored by the weather of our minds. So we see disturbances, anomalies and flaws where nature simply evolves. So every flower is unique, no two are the same, and every single one carries its own anomaly, and yet no flower is ruined by its difference. And in fact, it's in its difference that the beauty lies. But the mind, it resists all this, and it calls a defect, a fault, or something that doesn't work, because it clings to this resistance to change and this idea of perfection that doesn't exist, and not accepting what comes. But our spirit, our inner guide, can show us another way. So to truly listen to the guide spirit, the daimon, we have to trust in the images that we encounter in life. The sunset, the water, the beauty of nature, the natural phenomenon. And it's the spirit speaking to us. So if you can see beyond the ordinary, you will realize that those moments of beauty, those fleeting images that are around us, are actually messages from the nature. But how do we truly listen to our daimon? We must listen, of course, deeply. What we experience in the world, the images that appear before us, are not random. So they are gods, divine representations, idola. And when we gaze upon them, we must not betray the divine with the mind's judgment. Just don't get distracted by the surface appearance. Instead, see just invisible energy, the forces behind the image. And this allowing us to trust the images that comes, and this is of course also gives us the possibility to calm down the inner fear, which is what is creating the anxiety, the idea that we have and we can control what is inside us, but the only things that we can control to the external life and what's happening around us is just our reaction, how we react to things.